Hal. Hal here with more Space Engineers, and as you can see, we've been working on the ship a little bit. Got the new bow in. We've got the second side, well, both port and starboard sides of the hangars are actually in place. And we've got a bunch of things done inside. So, we still have a few things to get done today before we start putting on the actual skin and armor layers. And part of that is going to include breaking down the ship. So, we're going to get Bob installed. We're going to come back, get everything going. But first, we have to get started. So let's go. So, happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully you had a fantastic weekend and are having a terrific Monday thus far. Sorry, a little congested this morning. Okay, so what we have done. We've actually done quite a bit. I've gone ahead and piped out most of the hydrogen from the ship because what we did is we actually had it disconnected, took an updated blueprint. So we do have a blueprint of the ship as it is. Once we land it, we reconnected everything up, and we're going to go ahead. I went ahead and installed Bob. For those who don't know who Bob is the build and repair, nanobot build and repair system. Bob is a really good friend of mine. He does a lot of work for me. So now, what we're going to do is I'm only going to use Bob for the breakdown portion of this little bit, mainly because of the fact that we've got a lot of things to still get done over on the other ship. So what I want to do is have Bob break all of this stuff down for me. We're going to pipe off the last little bit of the hydrogen. We're also going to remove the batteries. Now, one of the things that I did is I don't know, early last week, I think, off camera, I picked up this little mining rig. And the reason I got it was because I needed something that was going to pull in a lot more material. And it has really, really helped. I've actually been pulling like stone out of the walls and stuff. So just to get some general resources going. But what I want to do is I want to recycle as much of this ship as possible. But it's going to take a lot of time to break it down, and I want to try and salvage the batteries. Now we have 2 batteries here, well, 4 total, 2 on either side. And then we have 6 more batteries here. And what I'm going to do is we're going to put a merge block on this. We're going to cut all of these things out so that it's able to float off. And we're going to have the mining craft that I threw a landing gear on basically come over and clip onto it. And we'll position these over on the new ship hull right here. So we'll have 6 batteries here. And they'll merge in, and then once we have them basically merged into the grid, we'll take the merge blocks out and replace that with armor blocks. And we're going to do the inverse on this side. And as you can see, I've already started placing some things in here because I want to be able to see the batteries when we're down here in the engineering section, or what is going to become the engineering section. One of the other changes, we now have, somebody asked, I think Suzumi, Suzumi asked if we were going to have jump drives or not to forget the jump drives. Yeah, basically I had to do a small minor edit in here, but we were able to get jump drives in. We've put the walkways in that we were talking about, so you can actually walk around in here now. And then to get up here, we just put the ladder in. I figured I'd use the ladder since they're nice and compact. We don't have to worry quite so much about things taking up space. The other changes. We've changed the roof into this area. These used to be the regular blocks, and now they are the 2x1 ramp bases. And the other change that we did is we did go ahead and correct the launch, the silos. So those are now four blocks tall, with the fifth block being the what is it called? The hangar doors, and we did that on both sides. We've got the hangars and, well, the hangar doors in over here. We've got the merge blocks, projectors, and gravity generators in. And apparently, I don't know if this is supposed to be true on the moon or not. Artificial gravity works on, or works at least on the moon now. So you can actually counter planetary gravity, at least on the moons. I'll have to try it on the Earth-like planet and see if that's still true or not. But there for a while, King basically had set it up so that you couldn't use grav drive in an atmosphere. So if gravity is working, like if you can use gravity inside of atmospheres now to actually counter, means we have atmospheric gravity drives again, potentially. And it may just be because we're on the moon, and so, like I said, I'll try it on Earth-like and see what that does. One of the things that's nice about this is it does mean that with all of the gravity generators that we have the ability to have quite a significant amount of grav drive if we choose to use them like that. So we'll see how that works out. Now, on the bow, if you remember, we were building this framework out last time. We changed it up a little bit. Got some sawtoothing in here now, and I figured this would be a good chance to use, the front forward areas to pull initial attacks. So as the ship comes into range, hopefully the enemy will be aiming up here at the bow, where they won't be doing a whole lot of damage to the rest of the ship. And then we've got some more down here. We've got two on either arm on the lower section. And I may end up putting some in here, but I'm trying to keep the decoys away from vital components. And this is one of the other reasons that I want to get Bob in here up and running, because on this ship, what I'm going to do is allow Bob to weld just the armor. Functional blocks we're going to keep doing because I like doing them, and it makes it a little bit more of, I guess you could say it makes it feel like it's more like my ship. Mainly because of the fact that I'm putting all of that, I put the work in on the hard stuff, and then we just let Bob do the easy stuff that's just really, really tedious. I may let him weld up the reactors and stuff too, but once we get them. But for now, we have some things to do. Okay, so that brings you up to speed on where we are. I'm going to go ahead and start taking some of this out. And we are going to get rid of that. And we want merge block. So when we set down, this will be on the port side. And this one will be on the starboard. Okay. So basically they're going to be switching positions of where they are right now. I have to say, I am I'm a little sad to be breaking this ship down. I really enjoy it. This ship was a lot of fun to build and to fly. But we kind of need the parts, and we're going to end up having to raid pirates at some point, so it's not like we won't be getting stuff done, right? Only thing I couldn't pull out was a couple of motors. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these out. Awesome. And, I was running all the way back over there, and I remembered I could actually come over here, because you can't pull through those grates like you can with the old walkways. Oh, why can't I? Am I missing, like, exactly 2 motors? That's hilarious. Okay, let's go. Let's grab 100 of those. You're pulling materials, yes. And what was the other one? Components? Hey, there we go. Alright. So we get that. Got that. Those are all welded up.
Energy low.
And what we're going to end up doing here is, let me go over here because we're going to drop off a bunch of plates because we're going to be pulling a whole lot of plates out of this system. Go ahead and get these going. It is very sad. It's a sad day. Oh, hello. Alright, and check to make sure there's nothing else holding it on down here. So if once we take out those last two, now instead of going through the entire ship, we're just going to do this. Alright, so we've got those. Of course, I probably should have checked to make sure I can actually get in here on this thing. Where am I? So while that's working, so one of two things is going to happen. This thing is either going to be able to stay in the air, or it's going to fall and kill me. So, oh, here we go. Hey, look at that! My off-the-cuff math has worked once again. Okay. It really frightens me that I'm able to, you know, eyeball just how much mass a small thruster system can hold. And hi, how you doing? I want you to level off there, please. Thank you. And we have you on the right side. Yes, yes. I may need to take some of the stuff off the ship. Alright. So I didn't think to check clearances before we started this whole process. That was my bad. Alright. Let's see, do we have this? Need to go forward just a bit. Oh, hello. Alright, and there we go. So, first set of batteries is in. Now, this ship is basically going to have a ridiculous amount of power on it, and that is actually intentional, because we want to have it set up so that even if the reactors are offline for some reason, the ship should be able to continue operations. That's our big fear with the ship, is that it's going to run out of power at some point. Because, you know, it's me, and I have a tendency of blowing stuff up by accident. or having stuff blown up on the ship, you know. So we should be... That should be good. Okay. And we are going to take... Actually, let me check something here, because I think... Yeah, those are not actually attached to anything. Okay, so if we do that... That will leave... You are actually connected. Yes, yes, okay. Alright, so now we bring that down, let it connect. Alright, we've got that. And there we go. Oh, so this is what I do off camera a lot of times. I've had a couple of people asking to see this kind of stuff more. So I figured, you know, we would try and do a little bit more of this kind of stuff on camera because it's, if nothing else, it's entertaining. And you never know when something's going to blow up. So, alright, so let's see here. If we go this way. I may be too... You know... Hey, look at that. It looks like it worked. Alright, so what we're going to do is let's set this beast down out of the way here. We're not going to worry too much about where we're parking it specifically. Do want to make sure that we're mostly out of the way of the build, because we're going to have a little bit going on back there today. Well, maybe not today, but sometime in the near future. Now I do have two more or there's those other 4 batteries. Hey, there we go. Alright, so we can go do that. There we go. Okay. And see, what I'm tempted to do is to go ahead and set all of the batteries to recharge, change these off of recharge, and maybe put a couple of batteries. Actually, I don't think I have any batteries on the base. I'm fairly certain I don't have a battery on this thing. So maybe we'll throw some batteries in. Do 2 batteries over here and then do 2 more hidden somewhere inside the ship. That way we always have at least emergency power. That might be worth doing, right? Actually, let's do that. Go to let's see. Let's put them 2. Actually, let's do 3 on the. You know what? That's the hell with it. We'll just do 4. We do 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. What we'll do is we'll set those to draw off the other batteries. Actually, do I have any power cells? I may not have any power cells. Nope. What do I need? 400? Well, that's 160, 163, 20, so... Alright. And what we can do here is we can go ahead and weld the rest of this up. And we'll just finish all of these. Ah. Alright, so we're going to get this in here. So I think what we'll do is we're going to be waiting for this thing to finish processing all of our parts. Get these welded up. I'll get the power transferred over. And we'll take it from there. So I think I'll do a really quick cut so you don't have to sit here and wait for this all to finish. We'll get this welded up and we'll be right back. And we're back. Okay, so what we have done, as you can see, we've got Bob welded up, we've got the batteries recharging, we've got all of the hydrogen pumped off, and the batteries on this ship are set to discharge. So they will not pull a charge at all. Basically, we're just really trying to get the batteries completely empty before we do anything else. I may say the hell with it, because we're starting to lose daylight here. And you guys should all be set to recharge. You are. It's kind of annoying that the other batteries, are all of the other batteries set to recharge? You should all be set to recharge. Basically, we're trying to make sure everything is charged up completely. What are you guys looking like? You should be done in a couple of minutes. Yeah, you should be done. We'll set Bob's priorities so that he will only deal with what we want him to deal with in the order that we want him to deal with it in. Okay, so what we're going to do is first off we're going to set his range, because since everything is on a merge block, this would all be one grid. So everything in this area Bob would be eligible to mess with. We don't want Bob messing with that stuff, so we're going to helps if I'm on the grid. Let's try that again. All right. So we want Bob to rein himself in here a little bit. So we're going to grab this. We're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Now I have it set to show area, which is what you see, that missing texture looking thing. So yeah. Now what we want to do is we want to make sure his area is as narrow as possible. We want let's go there and try doing a offset. So we want, that should be okay. And we're just gonna make sure here. Alright. So now we come back in here so we can actually see. And alright. Like I said, we want to make sure that Bob is actually getting everything he needs to get. Alright, so we've got all of that. Bob does not need. Set that to 0. Alright, let's check to see how well we did. And since we have him set to walk, he should only take the things that we designate. So we're going to be painting a lot of stuff. So what we're going to do first is I may go ahead, break the merge block. I may break the merge block. Just paint the entire thing pink and let Bob go to town. Because if we break the merge block, these will be on separate grids. Alright. We're going to leave it sit there so that so that the ship basically stays connected. Alright, so first things first. Actually, damn it. No, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to have to do this the hard way. There you go. Because Bob is set to walk. He's not going to fly. Okay. There you go. And we want merge blocks. Let's see, yeah. That's the one on the ship. So many merge blocks. I don't remember where they all are. Oh, that's because these are all on the... yeah. Alright. See, there used to be the ability to lock those manually. Alright. There you go. Alright. Let's try that. I'm wondering if we're gonna have to... Oh. Alright. Well, let's set Bob up here. We are going to grab you, and we're gonna go ahead... Oh. So you can now directly set these. So we're going 313, 100, 100. Say okay. And we are going to come down here. We're going to turn off the ignore color. So set that. Okay. Now the question is if we paint something that ugly shade of pink, will Bob start tearing it apart? Yes, I do have to turn Bob on. Bob does not start by default turned on anymore. That's one of the changes. Let's see here. We want him to grind before weld, and we're going to tell him to ignore armor blocks. There you go. That way he won't weld up any of the armor blocks that are kind of hanging out down here. He should pull all this stuff apart, which he is, which is awesome. So yeah, basically now what we're going to do is have basically set the things that we want Bob to take apart, and then have him take it apart. And the reason I'm doing this is so that I can keep a little bit of control over what exactly Bob is eating, because we don't want him cutting things that we have to then put him on fly mode and increase his area so that he does all sorts of other stuff. So this is a very sad day. Alright. So we will go ahead and start taking the rest of this stuff apart. Like I said, I did grab a schematic, so for those who are interested. Oh, that's going to be bad. I'm going to have to pull the ammo out of there. Let's go ahead and have Bob pull the rest of those off. Did it actually land right side up? It did. Okay, that's pretty pimp. That was pretty cool. Did I get it before he went zooming away? Hey, look at that. I could actually pick it all up. Okay. Oh. It's kind of weird watching Bob take stuff apart again. It's been so long since I've used the script that I'm not, or the mod. I'm just not used to seeing it. Alright. And then for those who are wondering what Bob is going to do, and like I said, we're only going to use Bob to break down the stuff on that ship. We will eventually start doing large swaths of things where we are painting them pink. Once we get all of the high value stuff off, at least. We want to wait until Bob has had a chance to get the valuable crap out. Once he's got the valuable crap out, then we'll start worrying about the rest of it. Alright. Now, he should be picking up. Maybe he's not. How much uranium was that? Not much. No. So, hopefully... Let's see. Looks like the ship burned most of the uranium. Or Bob picked it up at least. Okay. Alright, so we're going to let Bob get a little bit more of this stuff taken out. Take that out. You grab that. See if there's anything in here, because that's bad. Okay. Damn it, Bob. You need to stop pushing stuff into random places. Right. I don't know if I want to... Is there anything in it, or did Bob... Okay, looks like Bob may have taken it all out. Good. Now, he's supposed to transfer inventory, but he doesn't always. That's why I'm kind of, you know, a little sketchy on the whole letting Bob just grind things at random. So let's get... Those are all painted. Those are painted. Bob will eventually get to all of those. Alright. Some thrusters in here. And like I said, we'll come through and do the large swaths of stuff later. I'm really just trying to get the thrusters and the things that we really need out of here. So what we can do is we can actually set priorities on blocks. So if there are, say, power blocks, and you want to, if you do a large swath of an area, you can say, I want to focus on these types of blocks first, and then we'll worry about these other blocks. So we'll see how it all works. That's all good. Those are all done. Oh. So I knew we were missing one somewhere, right? Have any more down here? No, okay. So we'll let Bob work on that. And while Bob's working on that, do we have any plates? We actually have some plates, but not enough to really matter. So let's go ahead and grab some more. Drop those back. Grab that, get that out of the way. Okay. So now that we have our new batteries over here, and we have all of the hydrogen drained off of that ship, we still need to work on the back half of this and main propulsion. And once we get propulsion in, we'll be able to focus a little bit. Wrong box. Be able to focus a little bit more on what we're doing here. So we're going to go ahead and get all that. I may actually, let's do that. So basically what I'm doing is I'm setting it up so that we have a little bit of stuff done, and I'll be able to come through and do things like set up the projectors and such, because what we'll do is we'll grind down the 2 projectors, set everything up so that all of this is set up together, and then we'll move on to the next piece of it. That stays there. You guys get that. And one of the things I did is I left an area here so that we can run a conveyor junction. So once that reactor is online, we'll be able to pipe things back this way. Haven't done anything with it yet, but we will be dealing with that a little bit later, just not right now. Okay. Like I said, we're going to leave this set up. Actually, we're going to leave that set up so that we can get into this stuff. And we're going to repeat this on this side.
Energy critical.
I guess we could just go ahead and fully do that. And we're gonna rinse and repeat. There you go. Alright. So that gets us a little bit closer now that we have that done. Yeah, the mass of this ship is going to be crazy. Alright, so a lot of space here. So this is a part of our Citadel area. Directly below us is what's effectively the combat bridge. And what I may do, I haven't decided on this yet, but I've been considering
No
Whoops.
energy.
Apparently I'm considering killing myself with no energy. Alright. Let's go around this way. Quick. Alright. So yeah, basically what I was thinking is I'm contemplating having, looks like we're out of hydrogen, having this hallway double back. So have it double back up into this area, maybe come up through here. See, I would really like to be able to set, I'd like to be able to use the passageway in more mod so that we could have enclosed passages, because having those come up this way would be, I think, really beneficial. And then what we could do is basically have a hidden area that comes down the center line here and comes up into here, so that we could have an approach from this landing pad that basically takes you down into the innards of the ship. So then you'd be able to come down this way, you know, have some stairs set up or even ladders or something that brings you down into this area somewhere. But not sure how we'll do that. Because one of the things that we want to do is that we want to basically make sure that there's no direct line from here straight through, because you don't want to have, you know, basically you don't want to have the ability for a ship that gets behind you to easily be able to destroy your bridge area. Now, granted, they would have to know where your bridge area is, but But I am thinking that we will close some of this off and basically have it because if we did like this,
Inventory full.
of course it is. There.
Inventory full.
We'll just transfer stuff from one block to the other, right? And you will come out. Let's do that for now. I know what I'm thinking here.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Come here. Okay. And what I'm thinking is we turn that into basically a stairwell area. Yeah, that might work. Just trying to get an idea of how this whole thing will work out. Alright, so if we do that, so stairs up, corner, really need that to be a 3x3. Be stairs up, yeah, it needs to be a 3x3. Up, turn, turn, you know, and basically have it go up to however we need it to go up. I have components? No. But I may have some components over here. I do. Okay. Because I think... I don't know, actually. Actually, you are interior plates. Construction components. No, you are construction components. Okay. It is unfortunate that we don't have... See, I like the fact that we have the offset ladder, but I would like to have the offset ladder be be reversible, so we could have it on the left or the right. That would be really beneficial, guys. So, Keen, if you are listening, get on that, please.
Inventory full.
There we go. Alright, so if we do stairs, we do a walkway, stairs. I mean, we could even put blocks back in there. But we'll need walkway there. Son of a... Come here, you. Airplanes. Perfect. So that would go back that way. Let's see here. Just basically trying to plan ahead a little bit. And we have you to there, you to there. And if we go like that, come down and do that for these. Oh. Let's try that again.
Inventory full.
Inventory's always full. Grab the last few of these. There we go. And do that. That lets us have areas in here. Come up, you've got walkway, you come up again. Whoops. Helps if I Let's try that again. Alright. Come up. That gets us up to here. And if we do something like this. Are you... I want to see if this works for us here. Yep, it does.
Energy low.
So you would be there. So we have to bring that back one more. So once these are welded up, you'll have a hallway right here. And that looks like those are upside down.
Inventory full.
Son of a... Just need a couple of plates.
Inventory full.
Ah, you're killing me. All right. There we go. No, wouldn't be able to do that because that'll leave a gap here. So all of that, and we're basically where we're back to where we were. I guess it's not bad. I mean, I could always bring it back one more. Actually, what's back? What is behind here? Ooh.
Energy critical.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring it back one. Because if we bring it back one, bring that back. You can have you like that. And that allows us to do something like this, actually.
Inventory full.
There you go. And you go there.
No energy.
Oh, son of a... Bob, are you done with the... Oh, we had a... Looks like we had a thruster drop off that Bob didn't get yet. Alright. We'll deal with that shortly. Alright, and that gives us space to do a couple of these. Yes, I know you guys hate when I do these, but there are times and places for it, and I think this is a good time and place for it. So suck it up. Oh, all right. And if we do, so we're starting to get into the actual armor plating at this point. So we do that. We do that. No. And so something like that, maybe. We can do that. And we can do that. All right. And then from here, I'm thinking we will, I don't know if I want to do it this way or not. What is that? That's 7. Because that allows us to get a little bit in here. which surprisingly looks like it may actually work in our favor. Okay. Alright, so that allows us to have two ways into the ship. That takes us forward, this one takes us aft. If we go this way... You know what I may do? Do we have the room to shift that back? We do. If we went like so... we could put a light armor block in, and that would actually hide this. So this could become basically the emergency escape route. So if, you know, basically if the ship's boarded, you'll be able to have things set up so that this entire thing can be locked down, to give you enough time to get out. That could be interesting. Hold that up really quick. Yeah. Okay, so I'm kind of liking the way that that came together. And I'm wondering if we would take that out. And we just have a single door here to block that. We'll put an air vent in, how about back there? Since it's kind of dead space back there anyway. We'll be able to see if this area is pressurized when you come in. And we can always, you know, we can always take this out and weld that up, and then we'll deal with everything else. But that gives us the back end done. Liking the way that's coming together. Alright. And I mean, we can even put like windows in here if we wanted to. Defeats the purpose of making it, you know, a hidden. But all right, and if we go, okay, we're gonna go something like that. There you go. We now have a secret approach. Quick. I'm liking the way this is running here. Yeah, I do think I like the way that that's coming together. You're down in here, you got all of this. Okay. Oh, I know why it's not recharging hydrogen. Because all of our hydrogen tanks are set to to stockpile. Alright, so if we go... I'm trying to think out which way is probably the fastest way. Yeah, I'm just going to do that right now. Yeah. Okay, so I think that about does it for us today. There's that thruster. Go ahead and drop this stuff off. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We are trying to get a little bit closer. I really need to organize this stuff. This is the thing I don't like about Bob, is that Bob tends to just drop crap wherever he can find space for it. But as I was saying, is if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw those down in the section below. We also ask that if you are new to the channel, you enjoyed what you saw, you want to see more, that you know, do us a solid by hitting that subscribe. Not only will it keep you up to date when new content comes out, it's another great way of letting me know that you are enjoying the content, and it's just a nice thing to do. And you know, it's a Monday, so help a brother out. Oh, all right. On that note, I am going to get out of here. When we come back next time, we will have probably this whole thing ground down, and I will set Bob up over on the new build to do just the armor work. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get most of the functional stuff up and running. There's only a couple of things I need to do over here, like the doors. I think the doors are the only thing over here right now that I need to weld up. I think everything else other than the thrusters are done. Well, and the reactors, but we're not going to deal with the reactors anytime in the near future. Okay, so yeah, I think that's going to be about it. Thanks again for stopping in, and we will see you back here on Wednesday for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Okay, so Bob, come here, buddy. You and I have a play date. Go ahead and get this stuff done. That done. Yeah. This is the fun part of the day.